Divine Masculine Tantra, and I'm on day 15 of NoFap. You keep getting urges to relapse, right? And the first piece of advice I will give you is just drink water. Stay away from the fizzy drinks, the drinks that are filled with sugar. All of that kind of stuff is really going to mess with your brain, right? Because it's going to release dopamine. The drink's going to taste good, feel good in your mouth, and then an hour later, you're going to be chasing another buzz, right? You're going to be like, what's next, right? That's how we end up relapsing. Anyway, how to avoid relapsing, or if you're somebody who continues to get urges to relapse, then I want to share some advice with you in this video about urges. And the simple truth is, it's going to be very difficult to get to a place in your life where urges simply don't exist. When I first started NoFap, I thought that if I could get to 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, all of a sudden the urges would disappear, right? And I would never ever receive an urge to relapse to PMO again. And I would be completely free, and I would be able to live my life in peace with freedom and happiness and ease. Well, that's true to a certain extent. However, what I have realized and what I've come to acknowledge is that it's pretty much impossible to completely rid of all of the urges to relapse to PMO forever. Meaning that at some point on your journey, whether it's today, whether it's in 2 months' time, whether it's in a year's time, you're going to be encountered with urges to relapse to PMO. Now, it is true that if you continue on your journey of NoFap and semen retention, then the urges will decrease in numbers, right? So instead of getting urges maybe 3 or 4 times a day, you'll start getting an urge maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, right? So it's true that the urges do kind of go away or disappear the more consistent you remain on this journey, but to say that the urges completely disappear from your life forever is a fallacy, because look, the truth is, what we are overcoming here, what we are getting away from, what we are healing from is a terrible addiction to PMO. This addiction is really, really life-ruining, right? And this is why NoFap becomes so difficult, so challenging, so hard, right? You end up thinking to yourself, why can't I do such a simple thing like refrain from pornography and masturbation? Well, the truth is, it's a severe addiction, right? It's on the same level of anything else in terms of addictions, if not worse. So understand that what you are doing by practicing NoFap and semen retention is actually challenging and difficult and hard to do, right? Which is why you should give yourself a pat on the back, which is why the benefits are so rewarding. Try your best to remain consistent, but I want you to know that you have to be strong-minded. You have to have a solid mindset. You have to be driven. You have to have a goal that you want to reach. You have to have some form of ambition, right? You need a target to aim to if you want to be successful on NoFap. And the reason I say this is because, look, you're going to be faced with urges at some point on your journey, whether you're on day number 15 like me, or whether you're on day number 515. It doesn't matter. The urges are going to creep up at some point. So the reason I'm sharing this video or this information is because I want you to be prepared the next time you are encountered with an urge. A lot of us slip up because we might be on a really, really good NoFap streak, right? Let's say 100 days, for example, is a pretty good streak for somebody who's recovering from a PMO addiction. You get to 100 days and you're thinking to yourself, wow, if I can do 100 days of NoFap, that means I'm healed. That means I'm free. That means I'm no longer a PMO addict, right? And you get all of this buzz and this energy and you think you've made it and you are now free and it's over, and all of a sudden you get encountered with a massive urge on day 102 and then you relapse. But why did that relapse happen? If you can get to 100 days, why couldn't you get to 700 days? Well, the reason why you relapsed is because you let yourself go. You took off your armor. You took off your protective helmet because you were so happy that you got to 100 days. You thought that you'd made it. But instead, what you really did was tell yourself that you're no longer going to encounter urges. And when the urge came, you weren't prepared enough to deal with it, and so you ended up relapsing. But if you tell yourself that, actually, I might get an urge at any time, any day, and so I need to be prepared, then you will be more suited to deal with that urge when it finally arrives. What I'm saying is that you need to be constantly aware of the urges that might arise in your life, which gives you more time and more opportunity to prepare for dealing with the urge, if that makes sense, right? You need to have the armor on every single day. You need to have your protective helmet on every single day, because the minute you take it off, that's the exact same minute that that urge is going to strike you and you end up relapsing. So constantly be on the lookout for urges that might arise in your life on your journey of NoFap, whether you're on day number 2 of NoFap, whether you're on day number 200, okay? Whether it's the first time you're trying NoFap, whether it's the 1000th time you're trying NoFap. Consistency is key. Divine Masculine Tantra. I hope to see you on the next video.